Good morning and welcome to the Morning News podcast with Timothy Gaines. I'm your host, Timothy Gaines, and welcome to my studio room and my office. So my podcast here, Morning News Podcast, is one where I'm going to, as you've seen already in episode one, interview individuals who are friends of mine and colleagues. And today's guest is a family member, my brother Steve Gaines, who is a singer, songwriter, uh, musician, bass player, screamer, heavy metal star. and I'm going to do a half-hour conversation with my brother and talk about just growing up and life as we knew it in the old days of the 70s, 60s, 70s, and into the 80s, and so on and so forth. So without further ado, here's my brother Steve. All right, so everybody, this is my brother Steve Gaines, and welcome, Steve, to the podcast.
Well, thank you, Timothy, for having me. Why are we being so official? My gosh.
Well, exactly. So um, Steve is my younger brother, although how old are you?
I'm going to be 61 in a couple of days here.
That's right.
Yeah, I am getting
Coming
older
up,
by the second.
and I'm a couple of years older, so
Yeah.
do the math.
Oh, yeah.
Although I don't know who has the most. My hair's still here, but it's thinning pretty bad on top, and uh, I think we got hit with Grandpa's curse.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Grandpa Flag's curse, that's for sure. And in fact, there's a reason why I'm wearing a hat. I'll just leave it at that. I said that I was going to keep my hair as long as I could do the Donald Trump comb over. I
Yeah,
passed that threshold a couple of years ago and just,
I
you
just
know how it is.
I do the comb
Yeah, yeah.
back,
I mean,
and
look,
then
look,
I got
we
to
got the same hairline, you know. We're look at
spray
that. The hairline is what lets everybody know we're related.
spray it into
Yeah,
place. Yeah,
yeah,
although mine looks, I got streaks of
no.
gray now. So anyway, so um, a lot of folks don't really know anything about my family. So we have two older sisters, and then of course you're the youngest of the family.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle, and we are all musical musicians, and we grew up in the church. So the whole reason for this background behind me and
right.
what we're going to do today is just talk about how we grew up, and this is where we grew up. This was the church that our dad was the pastor of for many years, and we lived basically on the campus of this church. In fact, I think I have, if I'm able to do it later on, we'll show some pictures of the house,
Oh,
which is this way. Nope, that way.
that way.
The opposite direction, that way.
Yeah,
We lived right next door in the church parsonage.
yeah. Now try and imagine being kids. I think I was what, 3, 4 years old, which means you were 6 or 7 years old.
We
And
moved,
we had our bicycles, tricycles,
yeah.
wagons, go-karts, and we went all around that church, inside, outside. I don't think we ever confessed to Dad before he passed that we actually used to ride him in church, did we?
I think he knew.
I think he knew.
So Dad's office was right above this station wagon. His
Yeah.
office was right there, and I
In
think that's his
fact,
car. That may be
yeah,
his
we think
car.
that's his car there. It was
It's
a
a 72 LTD,
oh yeah, a
and
tuned.
we had many Fords. So the Ford dealership in Arcadia, California, was one of the members went to the church, and so my
Right,
dad was
right.
a loyal Ford. Uh, he drove Ford. So, anyways, we always had Fords.
Yeah, and it's funny when he moved on to San Diego, then he stopped driving Fords. Or actually, that happened beforehand. But
I think
yeah,
you
we
ended
were
up
we
with
were.
his last one, the Fairmont.
Oh gosh, what a car! My gosh,
So, so anyways, we'll get into photos and family
yeah,
history and stuff in a bit. A lot of people, number one, they don't know anything about my family. That I have a brother, I have two sisters. We're all musicians.
mhm.
My sisters sing, they play guitar, and my brother sings. And plays guitar and bass and writes songs and makes records. And so
Yeah.
let's start with what are you doing right now musically, and what's the name of your band, and
Okay.
we'll go backwards from there.
Okay. Well, let's see. I can start with there's a group that I've been playing with for about 22 years called Anger is Art, but we're kind of on a hiatus right now. The reason being is we came out of COVID, and I'm sure you'll understand this. We came
Yeah,
out of COVID, and the guarantees were cut 50%, and the costs went up 100%. And it's everything was coming out of pocket. It's like we can't even break even to try and play anymore. So we would come out of hiatus if somebody would make us an offer we can't refuse. But everybody's scattered across different states now,
right,
and it just costs too much money to just go and have fun on a Friday or a Saturday night, or actually even do any touring. So that still exists. We're still working on songs and whatever. But here's the thing that I've really been led into, and I can go back 10 years to 2016 when I went to the San Diego Metal Swap Meet, and some friends of ours, mutual friends of ours, Bill Bafford and another guy named Scott Waters, I think they reached out through you to get to me.
no Bill.
And
Yeah,
yeah, through Bill, yeah, and wanted to know if they could do anything to get us a merchandise table at this San Diego swap meet. And this is right as Anger was about ready to put out a new album, and this is two labels ago. So I'm thinking, okay, Lord, why are you putting a couple of Christian guys in my world all of a sudden out of the blue? Guys that I've known, like somewhat friendly, but why and why is it that all of a sudden we're starting to do business? As a result, we ended up getting into an agreement to work on their label, the secular offshoot, No Life Till Metal Records. But at the same time, I keep thinking, Lord, what are you doing? You're doing something here because I've always said I'm only doing music because the Lord allows me to.
hmm,
As long as He keeps giving me opportunities, I'm going to. But I keep thinking, okay, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be some kind of a reason for it. Why? So COVID hits, and this is probably, is it wrong for me to say that COVID was probably the best thing that ever happened to me?
oh,
The
I mean,
whole, I know,
me
as
too.
strange as it is, the whole 2 year shutdown caused me to really get introspective. Jill, my wife, wanted to start going back to church, and I had a whole lot of church hurt. So I had
Yeah,
this laundry list of things. Okay, well, if we find a church, it's got to do this, it's got to do that, it's got to do this, it's got to do that. And we ended up finding that church probably 3 miles from our house. And I just realized, okay, then suddenly they were going through a transition and they needed to redevelop their worship team. And the worship leader at the time, a guy named Larry Walker, who's fantastic, he says, I need you. Can you come into the worship team, help me arrange music, do this and that and the other thing? Before I knew it, I'm playing in church. He moved on to go do something else. A different worship leader came in. He leaned on me the same way. And it started being one of these things of bringing people in. There were some more experienced guys who had done worship. Worship's a different, I hate to call it a genre, but you kind of have to approach it like that.
well, there is.
And yeah, and I'm a metal guy. So I'm playing with a lot of high gain distortion, and they're saying, you really can't do that. And I'm thinking, well, why not? And that's when the Lord spoke to me. You need to start doing these songs in an honorable way, but you do them metal versions. And as you well know, we just released the first song. The group is called 2 Cron 20, which for anybody that has their Bible with them, and you should always have one nearby. Anybody has their Bible with them, read Second Chronicles chapter 20. And I was looking for a term. What is it where worship is actually used like a weapon? And this is where King Jehoshaphat. Am I rambling on too much? I'm sorry.
No, they're great.
Okay, this is where King Jehoshaphat was going to face, I think it was three armies, if I'm not mistaken. They were vastly outnumbered. So the people prayed, they fasted. Somebody got the revelation that the Lord's gonna fight the battle for us. So the following morning they go out, but they go out with the worshipers in front of the
Right.
army, and they're singing and they're worshiping and they're praising, which caused Holy Spirit way only caused the armies to turn on themselves and destroy each other. By the time they actually met up with the armies, all those armies were dead. The Lord did
Yeah.
that victory strictly through worship,
He won
straight
that
up through
battle
worship.
for them. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so what do we call this? And I kept thinking, I'm old like you are. You remember second chapter of Acts?
Yep.
Okay, so something like that. So, okay, pick a Bible verse or a Bible chapter. And that's kind of where it went.
Yeah.
So, doing that, so we just recorded one song that had a really cool bass player play on it too, by the way, but more on that later.
Who's that?
Yeah. It's a song, it's kind of a, I don't want to call it an R&B or a gospely kind of a song, but it's just a metal version, but it's almost, you could lay the two songs on top of each other and they would work the same way. Of a song called Your Spirit by Tasha Cobbs Leonard.
Hmm.
And it's just been released. It was released a couple of months ago on a compilation, but we're still working on a full-scale album that is getting numerous delays for a variety of reasons. And I realize this is a humbling, this is a lesson in surrender. And I've had a lot of good talks with the Lord about that, but that kind of brings us up to January 30th, 2026.
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing, or you've been doing, and then of
Mhm.
course that bass player was your big brother.
Yeah.
So I got to play on it, and I think that was the first. No, actually, I played on one of your Anger albums
Yeah, yeah. A few, my gosh, already
10 years ago, maybe.
2011, 2012, that was. It was quite a while ago
Yeah.
already.
So I was looking for a photo. I know that somebody snapped a picture of us in the studio together way back
Oh,
when we were in
gosh.
LA.
I
And
probably got it on Facebook somewhere and yeah,
yeah, I can't find it. But
yeah.
so, and then this time, I'm out here and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. You're
Yep.
in California, and
Hmm.
so I did everything online and sent it off to you, and I didn't hear anything until you had the finished product. So it turned out great.
I
And
gotta tell you, if I can jump in, I gotta tell you that was the most amazing thing to me because I recall we sent the tracks to you and I realized I've got to send you a chart in case you need to look at it. And I sent you an email. Oh, by the way, here's the chart. You responded back, oh, I'm already done.
I'm already
And
and
myself and
I
Ron,
set up the session. I dropped everything in,
it
and
was so funny. Yeah,
worked
I
on. I
said,
started working on it that night. I spent more time, I think, working on a bass sound
oh
because I
gosh.
went through all my basses trying to find the right one for that song. And
Yeah, dude, it was
anyways,
perfect. It was just perfect because
worked out.
when I listened back to the tone, first of all, the tone's fantastic. But what you played, Ron, the producer, he tells me, my gosh, dude, he plays just like you. It's very obvious you guys are brothers. So there's something mom and dad did there. So
Yep. Well, good.
mm,
So you're working with the church on the worship team, and you
yeah.
got this new
Hmm.
the new compilation CD, and it's called the CD is called Preachers of the Underground. Is that what it's
Creatures of
called?
the Underground, Volume 4. I think they've done
Volume
this is the
4.
fourth year they've done them, and this is like where they have things that are coming up in advance. But I love that whole title, Creatures of the Underground, because we're trying to retain that underground metal thing.
Right,
And it just like, oh, I saw the Lord do that. It's
and
like,
it is
okay, Lord,
metal.
yeah,
So anybody wondering the genre of music, it's hardcore metal, heavy stuff. And,
yeah.
some people like it, some people don't. But
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a whole different topic, but my gosh. Man, oh, man.
so okay, so we got that. So
Mhm.
um, and then of course AAA Anger is Art has put out.
Mhm.
How many albums have you guys put out?
7 albums now already.
7.
Yeah.
And you guys have been going for 20 some odd years.
2004, so 22, coming up on 22 years.
So we go back even before then. You were in other hardcore metal bands,
Oh, yeah.
going back to gosh, high school era. So the early '80s,
Yep, yep.
early
Oh my
'80s
gosh. Bloodlust, Abattoir, who else? Tactics I played with for a
tactics,
bunch of years. Um, it's funny because I realized the format and the people we're dealing with here, but I was both the bass player and guitar player for the band Bitch for a few years with
right?
Betsy, the dominatrix girl, which
Yeah,
was which was an interesting dichotomy going on tour, and I'm carrying a Bible with me, and and she's carrying all this other stuff. I'm thinking, Lord, you're doing something. I don't know what it is, but
you were thrown right into the midst of it all,
oh gosh, yeah.
And
As
then
were
of
you.
course you were, yeah, yeah. That was also in
Yeah.
a different way. Uh, Even when you were starting off, like playing with Dennis and those guys, Chris Moore and Dennis, and
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
else was in the band you were in? But I mean, the church right here, you guys
Yep.
practice in the basement of this church with
Yes.
Michael Anthony from Van Halen would show up to rehearsals.
Yes.
So Michael's
Yes.
brother Dennis was in a band with Steve, and Dennis played bass. He was
He
a bass
played
player.
bass. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I think he
Fantastic.
bought some of my gear at one point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Chris Moore, he's a big time drummer.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's doing all kinds of work now, and
Yeah,
I think he's living in New York now, upstate someplace.
yeah,
But yeah, he's doing well. I hear
stuff,
from him every now and again.
stuff.
So, but
Well,
yeah, funny thing, I got to tell you a Dennis story there. Of course, Van Halen was blowing up. This was right around the time that they were recording Women and Children First. So Van Halen was huge, and Dennis got a lot of popularity as a result of that. He's probably going to watch this because he'll remember this. So one day we're over at Dennis's house, and the phone keeps ringing. It's all his school friends calling up. Hey, can you get me this thing? Can you get me that thing? Can you do this? Can you do that? And anyway, he hangs up the phone. And he's all disgusted. And what's man? What's wrong? And he goes, all I can tell you is this: one day your brother's probably going to be in a famous band, and you'll know exactly how I feel. I saw him years later and I said, Hey, Dennis. And he goes, Before you say it, I know, which
what
was
about
so
the story you grabbed Michael's shoes that he wore on the first album cover were in the
yeah.
trash. They were throwing them in the trash, and you grabbed them,
Yeah.
and brought them home. I remember we were all trying them on, those
Oh,
elevator
gosh. Yeah.
shoes, platform shoes.
See, this is where people don't understand how great the 70s were.
Yeah.
But platform shoes, those things were what, 5, 6 inches up. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, that exact pair of shoes on the cover of Van Halen's first album that Mike, the bass player, is wearing, I ended up owning those. Like I said, they were going to throw them away. So, oh, you want them? Sure, have them. Throwing these shoes away. And man,
It was fun.
how we never broke an ankle was ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah. So years later, I ended up playing in not too long ago, 10, 15 years ago, I played in an Elton John tribute band.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up, for the costume, I was the bass player D Murray. So I ended up getting those same kind of shoes. I got a brand new pair that I've worn like 3 or 4 times
Oh, gosh.
with that whole outfit that I wore back in the day. So, and that was with Kenny Metcalf, who was the keyboard player for Stryper. He's an Elton John impersonator, and he's like one of the top keyboard Elton John impersonators out there.
Sure.
So, anyways, fun stories. We could reminisce all.
Oh, gosh, man. We could go on.
Let me
We have time for it.
let me because we get about a half hour here, so I'm gonna try to switch. And
Go for it, man.
if it doesn't work out, we're gonna keep talking as we're doing. If I can't get these pictures to show up because it's the first time I'm doing it,
Okay.
we will talk about just photos in general. So,
Okay.
do you see anything on the screen at the moment?
Not at the moment, other than
Okay, I'm going to click
oh,
on
here we
that.
go. Now your screen share. Okay, that's the whole thing.
Okay.
I already know this picture.
Okay, do you see all? Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what you're seeing and what I'm seeing. So I'm going to click on that.
Okay.
Do you see the photo by itself?
I see that and I see the background. Okay, there we go. Now I see the photo. Everything else is in the
Okay.
background, but you see the photo well enough.
Is it large enough?
It's large enough. Yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
whoever's
I'm not seeing it
watching
on
can
my
see it just
screen,
fine.
so I'm just
Okay.
going with it. I can make it bigger.
Well, what's your
Let me see.
okay?
Is that
You can
better?
do that. Yeah. Yeah. What you're looking at is you're looking at this is the backyard of the rectory next to the church. And we have this, that is actually a very thin gauge sheet metal sandbox
That was a
that we used to
sandbox.
play in. And I think all the neighborhood cats used to get
Yeah.
in there and use the sandbox for what it was. But yeah,
So
I mean, look at
there's
the cute,
Steve,
look at
and
the
this
cute little
was
kid.
so we moved there in '67. So you were 2 and I was 4, and
Right, right.
I'm behind you digging for treasure or something. I don't know what.
Well, it was a sandbox and you were probably sitting down. We'll just let it go at that.
All right. So there's Steve. He's a cute little brother. I'm gonna just shift through these, and I'm hoping
Go for
this
it, man.
records. So let's see what happens. The next one. Nope. Let's make it smaller.
Yeah, you might have to
We'll
toggle
try
back and
that.
forth.
Okay, there we are again.
Yeah, there's a better
So
shot of the sandbox.
better shot. So these photos are all going to be mixed up. And we'll just talk about them as they
Yeah.
come up. So there's us again, 1967.
Yeah.
Okay, so this,
Wow.
I'm just going to throw this out there. So we're talking about churches, and so my dad's a pastor. Our dad's a pastor. our grandfather was a deacon elder, which is the same as being a pastor.
Hmm.
His dad, our great grandfather, was also a pastor, and he built this church.
Yep.
This is the second German congregational church in Portland, Oregon, which is
Isn't
now
it?
an AME church.
Yeah.
But if I can't, do you see my pointer at all?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so this is our grandmother right here,
Yep.
grandma flag,
Yep.
and then I think grandpa's right here. If not, he's somewhere else. But so our whole family is we're Germans from Russia, Volga Germans. They came up the Volga River,
Yep.
migrated to Russia, and this whole community of German people lived until around the turn of the last century when they all
Right.
came to America because communists was starting to take over.
Yeah.
So, anyways, our great grandfather was a pastor, and they started this church in 1903, if I remember right. And this
Something like that.
particular
Yeah.
building was from 1913. So I'm going to keep going through these. Um, so
Choir.
our grandmother is right here, if you see that,
Yep.
and
There
that's
she
Harold
is.
Walker. So these are just family friends. But
Oh my
the thing
gosh.
was, our both sides of our family, my mom's parents and my dad's parents, we all went to this church. And that's how my parents met. Our parents met when they were just kids. They grew up together.
They're
And
7 or 8 years old or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, for the longest time. So here is
Oh, dude, I would love to have this vacuum cleaner back. Oh my God. And I'm sure you would too, because every vacuum cleaner we've had since then doesn't work like this
yeah.
one.
So this our grandfather was a Electrolux vacuum cleaner salesman. That was one of his many jobs. And so this vacuum cleaner, this is one that I have, but our mom had this vacuum cleaner, and so it's just nostalgia. This is what we all grew up with, and
Man, I can hear that thing running and I can even smell it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it has a smell to it. I use it like once a week. So, anyways, moving on.
Go on.
Here's again. This is my our parents are. See, my dad's right here,
What a
and my
sweet guy.
mom is right here,
Wow.
and this is
Wow.
the church building, and this is our great grandfather
Yeah. Heinrich.
Heinrich.
Yeah.
He
Did
was
you ever hear that? Dad told me this one time that during World War II, because they spoke German, that the FBI actually, or no, it wasn't the FBI at the time, but they actually sat in church recording him, thinking that he might be speaking
right.
in code to the German population, and they actually
And they
kicked him off the
after that
radio.
point they had to switch to speak English. But
Yeah,
here
isn't that
again,
cool?
he did a radio show. He was known as the musical preacher, musical pastor, and he sang, and
Wow.
music was like a big deal. So it's in our genes.
Oh
So
gosh, yeah.
here's great grandfather,
Yeah.
great grandpa, my grandmother flag. This is my mom's mom.
I got to put my glasses on, man. This is good.
This is our mom's mom, our grandmother, and our grandfather here. They both sang in the choir. And then I don't know where. I think
Is that Arliss over there to the left in front of the
no,
mirror,
she
second
wasn't
one?
even born at this point.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so interesting. So then, okay, so this one is again the music in the church that our great grandfather here is part of, and he they taught music
Hmm.
in the church. And if you look over here, this is Uncle Ronnie. So our Uncle
Oh my
Ronnie, just a little kid here, and he's playing. This is my dad's brother. He played cornet or trumpet at this point, so he's
God.
learning. He's part of this church orchestra, which is just how much time do we got? I'm going to keep going. Uh,
Yeah, roll through it.
so this is my dad's
Hillsdale.
first church in Hillsdale in
Hmm.
Portland, Oregon. That's where he was a pastor. Okay, so now we're going to go through some more recent stuff. So
Okay.
uh,
Oh,
this is me and you. This was my wedding. Somewhere my first wife is not in the
yeah.
picture. So there's our family, our
Oh my
two sisters,
gosh.
um, me in the middle, of course, my mom and dad, and you, and then
It's hilarious. The reason why I grew a beard is so obvious because look at the size of that chin. I look like Jay Leno.
I'm going to go through these fast because
Go for it.
so this is us in like
Oh my
1970
gosh.
visiting
Wow.
visiting the family in Portland. It's Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's a church in Arcadia,
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
This is somewhere later on in
70s.
the 70s.
Oh man.
I think we had matching shirts or
We
something.
do. We definitely do.
Yeah. So uh, family photos again in front of our house. So me and Steve are
Yeah.
growing our hair.
Yeah. And we're looking
There's
a
a
little
part down the
rebellious
middle,
here. Yep.
and then
Oh,
mom and dad.
you got your Ibanez Rickenbacker. There we are wearing Aerosmith shirts to go see Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
this is Dad and Steve in
Wow.
Portland,
Wow.
Oregon.
Yeah. I remember looking
Mom
at
and
that.
Dad in front of the house in Portland.
Wow.
Uh, this is the family with Uncle Ronnie, and this is up in Vancouver, Washington. I don't know what year this is, but
Yeah.
you were young, so it's probably, I don't know, 67. He died in 67, so probably 66, 67.
Okay, so this could be summertime because nobody's really wearing a coat or anything like that, and there's leaves on the shrubs. So,
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Next one.
oh
So it's
man.
later on. So his dad, our cousin Ron, who's a drummer,
Yeah.
Steve, and me. This is when I was really going through a hard time with alcohol, and so that's another story. But I was down to, I don't know, 129 pounds maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lost a lot of weight. And this is Steve and his wife Jill,
Oh my gosh.
mom and dad. This is early on, so this looks like it might
Okay.
be a Jody and Dave's house up in when they were
Yeah, in
in
Monrovia
Monrovia.
before they moved to Glendora.
Yeah,
Sure. Oh my gosh.
more family photos.
That's a great shot. I love that
Uh,
one.
this was with grandma and
Yeah.
grandpa. Our grandpa and his second wife, our grandmother, died. So this would be, I
Yeah.
don't know, this is like early 90s or mid 90s,
S-
somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere around. Well, mom was still with us, so yeah, it's definitely the 90s. Let's see. I think grandpa was sick at this point in time, and this is like his
Yeah, that's
I don't want to call it a farewell, but when he came down
right.
to be with family one last time.
Yeah. All right, I'm
My
gonna move
God.
on. So this is
Yeah.
dad, and so one of the things we always did, because dad moved to San Diego, and we would drive out and spend
Yeah.
the day with him. And there's you with him another time.
I think that's the last time he and I ever went out to lunch. That's at the Fullerton Airport.
Oh, is that where that? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We're actually looking out the window towards the well, we're looking at my camera, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's
towards the
great.
runway. Wow.
More family photos. This is in
Oh my
San
gosh.
Diego. So I'm just going to run through this. This is
Go for it.
my
Oh,
wife
Patty.
and her daughters, my stepdaughters. So now they're all grown, and one of them's married. And
Wow.
so, anyways, dad and me somewhere. Dad again.
Dad was so slick. You know that? He always was.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is the house. So if you remember the picture earlier where they're standing and mom and dad are standing in front of the
Hmm.
house, the black and white photo, this is the house in Portland where we kind of grew up before we moved to California.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know why
don't remember a thing about it.
it used to be yellow.
Yeah.
So, and there these trees, everything, they weren't there. So this is our house in Arcadia where we grew up,
Oh my gosh.
uh, on Santa Anita. So this is where all the music took place when Steve and I were really getting serious. Okay, I got 10, we got 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go
Okay.
through these really quick. I'll go through
Blast
a
through it.
few
Go
more.
for it, man.
So, so we grew up here and, started playing music, guitars, and, started getting into the rock stuff. And anyways, so
Yeah.
that was it. Where are we at? Let's see
Oh,
if I
these
can
are
go any,
great, man.
nope, I'm not going any further. So let's see if I can scoot out of this.
Wow, look at what they did to the Scolari's house next door to us. That
Yeah.
totally,
Okay.
totally different.
Let me try to find another shot here. So
Oh wow, look at all
yeah,
these
let's go
pictures.
down, open these up here, see if these work. Can you see
I
that?
love this picture. I love this picture. We both I think both of our heads are being cut off where you got the photo, but we somebody said we look like we're about ready to get in trouble.
You see it now?
And I don't know what that would have been. When you try zooming out.
Zoom out. Okay.
because I only see
Wonderful.
the cross that I'm wearing and Joe's lips. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is when I used to dye my hair blonde. And
Okay,
yeah,
there you are now, or
there we go.
close to it.
Yeah,
So
this is when I stopped dyeing anything.
there's little Steve
There we are.
with
Yeah,
mom. And there
yeah.
you are
She
today.
was such a good
I
lady.
grabbed all these off your
Yeah.
Facebook page. So
Oh my gosh. Wow, I was thinking, yeah, look like you got into my phone here a little bit. That was Christmas last year, Christmas of 24. This was right before COVID, November of 19. And I was eating really well at this point in time. I dropped so much weight, and then COVID made me put it all back on.
keto. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
That, yeah, that was in
Skinny Tim.
Belgium, in fact. And it's funny because I think I was shouting at the monitor because the guy didn't turn the monitors on, and that's what I'm pointing at. I'm pointing at the monitors. We're playing the show. The guitar player behind me is Juan Garcia, who also plays with oh my gosh, Body Count.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see. So yeah, all kinds of people.
There you guys are.
There we go. And we shot that in 21. Remember, we all had masks in our pockets because we were all still scared to death of the pandemic. Yes, I said that. But that was under the 4th Street Bridge as they were rebuilding it.
Okay.
But
In LA. So
yeah.
there's some artwork.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's
Oh my
us when
gosh, there we
we're
go.
on the set at Universal Studios for the Adam 12.
And for anybody that's looking at this, this is classic Big Brother, Little Brother. Look, Tim's looking all confident. Yes, I'm driving the car, and me, look at the look on my face. I'm bitter because I can't steer the
You
wheel.
can't steer. It's funny. Here's you with your church.
Oh yeah,
This is your church, guys.
that's most everybody on the worship team. In fact, almost every one of these people are going to be back on Sunday. We're doing a 10th anniversary since the church opened. But
Awesome.
yeah, yeah, you can't miss me in the
Cool.
background. Yeah, that's the second worship leader that I worked with there. He also played on the track we played on.
Well,
Guy is a monstrous. Joey Everett is his name, a monstrous acoustic guitar player.
I'm going to
Great
move
voice
on
too.
just for
This
time.
was,
So just I'm
yeah,
going to scroll through these.
go
This is
for it.
where you guys playing. Looks like
This
a
was in
church.
an open air in Westminster. This was
Oh,
the
California.
yeah Gates of Metal show that open air amphitheater, which is kind of nice. It
Okay.
was hot that day,
There you
and
are
that was at
playing.
Christmas. If you look close, I'm wearing a Christmas tie.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, with
There you are again.
yep.
The Les Paul.
With that 12 or 13 pound Les Paul. But that thing,
Yeah.
you could hit a chord today, it'll ring next week.
There's the wall of
Yeah, how long ago
albums.
was that? That was, oh, that's all the same. Yeah, nothing's changed. Everything is still the same.
Okay.
I'm looking at the walls right in front of me.
There's another shot.
Yeah, yeah. Walking back over towards the monitors so I can hear what I'm doing. And what was
In
I
the
doing there?
studio
Vocal tracks, I think.
doing vocals. Okay.
Yeah,
There's another shot of the albums.
yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
I'm just gonna go through these because I got a
Go
lot.
for it. Yeah, yeah. That's
So
when my hair was its longest.
okay. Oh, there we go.
Dude, oh my gosh. I wish you still had that Ibanez. That thing.
So that's the
Yeah,
old
we know.
Ibanez.
Yeah, we've
I was
talked
just
about this
I
thing.
put this in here to show the hair because we're
Yeah.
growing our hair. I'm probably 15, 14, 15. I still have this guitar strap, by the way. Uh,
Do you? Okay. Okay.
um, but yeah, we're part down the middle. I think I'm in junior
Yep.
high school, and you're probably in junior high also at this point. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, so here's you and me, and we came to town with
You,
Striper, and this is on the bus somewhere. We
yeah,
stayed
you
in
were playing at the Sportsman's Club out in the valley, and I guess you had a couple
Sportsman's
days off. See,
Lodge.
Sportsman's Lodge. There you go.
We were
So
staying there. Yeah,
yeah, you were staying there because you had a couple days between shows. So
yeah.
yeah.
This is again probably the same time. This is at Deb's house somewhere.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
us.
Oh my gosh. And there's the car.
There's Dad's
But
car. This is
dude,
us
that bike.
in the morning somewhere before school on our way to school.
Yeah. Oh, the
The
old
early
backyard.
1970s. So
Yep. Yep.
this
Wow.
Uncle Ronnie's album. I don't know. I was trying to do a segue into our uncle Ronnie
Oh
was
gosh.
a recording artist and a nightclub performer who worked with all kinds of people in the 60s in the jazz
Yeah.
scene. Mel Torme, Danny Thomas, and just whatnot. So it's
It's
kind of
amazing.
a musical influence on us as kids growing up
Right.
was Uncle Ronnie, and he passed away in an airplane crash. His
He
plane
did.
crashed in
Yeah.
1967. So
Yeah.
um,
We've seen that one
these ones
already
I
too.
did these already. So let me go back this way.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah. So this might be the last of it. So
That
one
might
more
be
here,
it.
and that
Yeah.
was it. So good, and
Yeah.
that's just enough time to wrap this up. Quit sharing.
Okay.
Stop share. There we are.
Awesome. There you go.
So
Wow.
just a little bit of a photo album memory lane type of thing.
That's fun stuff.
Um, so both of us, we got 3 minutes. So I want to say both of us have gone through major changes in the last 5 years. Like I had mentioned earlier, I was 33 years uh, addicted to alcohol and drugs. The last of those 33 years was the last 5 years was addicted to uh, sleeping pills and opiates. So,
Mm.
and I was radically set free in 2021
Yeah.
of all that addiction.
That's awesome.
And it was a miracle of God, and that changed because I couldn't get free, and it ruined, destroyed my life,
Yeah.
destroyed marriages, destroyed two marriages, uh, got me kicked out of the band I was in, and so God radically changed my life, and I know at about the same time he reached out and grabbed you guys too and got you back into church, and
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't that I ever walked away. It's just that I thought I knew too much. I was living inside of my own head.
yeah,
I had all these walls up, and I realized the best way I can put it is I was Laodicean. I was
yeah,
literally like a member of the Laodicean church, not realizing how far away I really was until I started going back to Redeemed Life Church. And it's like, wow, there's so much that I thought I knew that I didn't know. And God was faithful through it all.
amen.
That's what's amazing to me.
So now we're both serving in different ways in
Yeah.
ministry. We're both doing worship.
Yeah.
I was a pastor for a year and a half, an assistant
Yeah.
pastor, and I'm in seminary right now. Just so
That's so
God's
awesome.
God's got like in both of our lives, which is really cool. He's got His hand on our lives.
Yeah.
He's still. You're never too far away from the Lord to come back. That's the whole thing.
I
And
wish people knew. I wish people
yeah,
really knew what that means. It's an easy toss out line, but you're not that far away. And it's First John 1:9. You can cleanse from all unrighteousness. I think that word all is in every translation,
yeah.
and that's all, everything. Everything can be wiped away with that blood. It's
Amen.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
that's it. We're almost out of time here. So I'm going to say, trust in God, love God,
Likewise.
serve Him, and love you, brother.
Love you too, dude.
We'll,
This is a treat, man. Thanks. Funny, I was kind of scared to death. I'm thinking, wow, I've done interviews so many times, but here's a guy who actually knows everything about my life, so I can't pull
yeah.
the wool over his eyes.
All right. I'm gonna hit the stop button.
Go for it.
God bless you guys.
God
Thanks for
bless you too,
tuning in,
man.
and we'll see you next time.
See you, bud.